Hello, good afternoon. Yes, the title of this is A Ripple Effect because I feel like it goes well with the theme in regards to the impact that this can have in actually turning the tide for our community on the whole. So what is mental health first aid? Some of you are familiar with it. I know it is a very new concept to some people. It's been around for a little while, but not very long. It's similar to CPR. So if someone's having a physical problem and you're going to give them mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, you're going to try and bring them back physically, it's the same concept. Mental health first aid is for people who are in a mental health crisis. So it's early support. It's teaching people how to recognize the signs of mental health issues. So if someone's having an issue, it helps you kind of understand what's happening with them and how to recognize that. It's also crisis assistance. If someone is having a panic attack or is talking about suicide, how you navigate that conversation. I don't know if anybody before doing this course or becoming a clinical person would have known how to deal with somebody who is in that situation, but it's not something that I think any of us naturally run towards. So it's kind of helping you understand those words and understanding that I can respond to those words. I don't need to run away. I can actually have a conversation and help somebody in that situation. And it's not designed for professionals. It's designed for everyday people, teachers, people like myself, you know, a security guard at school, all of these people who are coming in contact with people on a daily basis, someone at the gym, you know, anybody. It's for everybody. And then you're going to actually, the training is going to help you get them to the place that they need to go. So just like when you do CPR on someone, you don't stay with them, you get them to a hospital, you get them to professional help. This is the same thing. You're going to get somebody to where they can get professional, maybe longer term help to get them through the crisis that they're in. And the biggest thing for me about mental health first aid is reducing the stigma. It's getting people in a room and it's having conversations about things like suicide and when somebody is thinking about suicide. That is not an easy conversation, but the more people in our community that understand, I can hear that word and I can respond to it, not with the normal thing that tends to be the default. Oh my gosh, you have so much to be thankful for. Why are you so sad? Those kind of things are not helpful, and it's understanding that is not helpful. But what do I say instead? How do I help them? And it's making people more comfortable with understanding how I can help somebody that might be feeling this way. So who provides mental health first aid training? Well, it's Mental Health First Aid International, an organization in Australia that actually oversees the mental health first aid program globally. Why are they the international organization? Well, they came up with the concept of mental health first aid training about 25 years ago in Australia. They are the leading global model for mental health first aid training. They license countries to do the mental health first aid training. So they license the United States, they license the UK. They license countries to actually do this training through a evidence-based model. So there's a lot of research behind it. There's a lot of understanding of what works, what doesn't. So there's continuous research so that it's done in a way that has proven to actually help people and help people in a mental health crisis. They're introduced by many health organizations across the globe, supported by governments, and they are considered the gold standard in mental health first aid training. What does this mean for Cayman? Well, we're getting licensed, which I am so excited about. So we actually submitted our full application. It was quite a process, but with the help of Emily, my daughter, and Alex Panton Foundation, we got our thing submitted and it's been approved. So that means that we are going to actually get localized material. Currently, the training that we have here, because we do have mental health first aid training, it's through the organization in Australia, but it's the Wales-based program. It's a great program, but it's Wales. It's not Cayman. It's not the context that we use. So we're going to have material that's based using local faces, using local places, and it will allow us to provide support to what we have in the Cayman Islands. So that training is going to encourage you to use all the resources that we have and educate you about the resources that we have in Cayman. And we have many, but it'll be part and parcel of that whole training program. So we're also going to be able to train trainers. So right now, Cayman is very limited. We have one person that is doing in-person mental health first aid training. I think he's here, Mr. Hilton Grace. I'm going to call him out in a little bit. He does an amazing job. But he also works full-time, and he can only train so much. The actual training is 2 days. It's a total of 10 to 12 hours of training. So there's only so much he can do. And this will allow us to have multiple trainers in all different fields and be able to expand this beyond where it is now. And we're also going to continue with the resources that we have and with the support of Mental Health First Aid International. We're going to research, evaluate, make sure our program is working, improve it, adapt it, so that it continues to grow as we grow. So the next steps for us is so we have started the program. So when I originally looked at doing this program, we had to get it started. So I was really anxious to get started. I hadn't done the mental health first aid training. So I did it in June, and we trained 90 people between June and November last year. So 90 more people in our community understood mental health first aid training. I was very excited about that. But so much more that we need to do. So we're going to develop the local training materials. I think it's May that we have the international organization coming here, so we'll have a week of mentoring, and we will work with the committee that I have. So Hilton Grace will be a part of that committee. He's agreed to be on that, and he has been living and breathing in that space, so he knows it very, very well. Shannon Seymour. So Dr. Shannon Seymour came to my office to pick up something. This was, I guess, over a year ago now. And we had a conversation because I said, gosh, I want to do this mental health first aid. And she goes, I know, I want to do it too. And she's been talking about this for years. And she said, we need local collateral. It needs to be like, we need to have it low. And we just had this conversation going back and forth. She says, I've gone to the UK, I've done this, but I haven't gotten anywhere, and I haven't found out how to get licensed and what we're going to do. And after that conversation, I did some research, and I went through the UK and the US and went all over the place and finally found out how to do it. And that whole conversation, and there's a lot of conversations happening here today, and I will just say that keep talking, because this is what comes out of conversations. These are the kind of things that come out of them. So just thanks to her, she's going to be on the committee. Jackie Neal, who is Loud Silent Voices, has also been in this mental health first aid space for a long time, a lot longer than me. She's agreed to be on the committee. Dr. Chantel, who you've heard from today. Dipna Carton, who is K-Mind as well, of course, really doing all she can in that space. And Emily will also be part of that committee. So that committee will help form what we do for the local collateral. But again, I'm just so excited about the support that we have and everything that this program is going to do. We're going to go from training 100 people a year to having 500, to having 1,000 trained, to having every single school teacher, every single first responder, the security guard at school, the kids teaching at youth at church. Like, all of these people will now know how to respond. When they hear the word suicide, they won't run away. So, and then I have to bring it back to the why I started this. When I lost my daughter just over 3 years ago, I sat in my living room with Wayne and Jane, and I knew I wanted to do something. At that time, we had thought about a scholarship, which we have done, and I'm very proud of. We have one person currently on scholarship studying neuroscience. But I knew I wanted to do something, and the conversation with Wayne and Jane was, can this be part of the Alex Panton Foundation? Our goals are aligned. We're all doing the same thing. And of course, they were like, yes. So it's a partnership with Alex Panton Foundation, which did so much for me. As Emily mentioned, Alex Panton Foundation was there for us with Addie, and there afterwards, and they are an amazing organization. So I'm just so proud that this is a partnership with them. Addie was a very vibrant kid. She talked very openly about her mental health struggles. She had ADHD, she had PTSD, she had depression, and she was eventually diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. So she had a lot of challenges. She never shied away from them. She always spoke boldly about her challenges, but she also spoke boldly about wanting to solve them and help people who are having challenges like her. So I'm always so open because she was so open, and I know she would support what we're doing. So she's my why, and I'm excited about where this program is going in her honor, in Alex's honor, in the honor of all that have gone before, but in honor of their parents and the people who are staying behind to fight this fight so that no one else has to go through this pain. Thank you.